welcome to Overthinker number 20. So the one on my mind today, that I always think about is, we live in the information era, the era of technology, and well, the question is, what prevents these tech companies or any company that has your information, for that matter, from stealing everything? Now, like, granted, we all gave away our information willingly for some godforsaken reason. So that's not what I mean. I don't mean them like stealing your personal information. Obviously, people just do that anyway. But what I mean, and what I'm scared of, if it's not already happening, is these companies stealing ideas off of people. And I think about that a lot because there technically could be no way to prevent that from happening. Because if you have a company and that company is able to listen in on everything you ever say, it's able to read everything you ever write into your phone or your laptop, or they can access your camera, which can look at things on your desk or in the room, or etc. And freaking privacy issues aside, it just seems like they could constantly always be on top of ideas in that case. So like anytime somebody came up with a new idea, they would be able to just take that idea before the idea actually formulated and became something, or the person got copyright for what you know what I mean. It was their idea. Like the company could make the thing that the person made before the person even started making it. And that bugs me because I, like everybody else in the world, feel like I have a million great ideas, which, there might be a quarter of one in there somewhere. But the point is that, I'm scared to type things on my lap. Like, what if I wrote a story? I started writing a story. I had, the brainstormed ideas, sort of the shell of the thing, but I haven't actually written the story. That any company that has access to my information, Google, for example, somehow manages to, well, I won't go there, but they could just read into my files, be like, oh, like say you're just an engineer at Google who wanted to write a story one day. And like that's what you do. You go through people's information, you store data, blah blah blah, and then you see this idea and you go, oh, that's a really good idea. And then that person could just go make the idea before I did. You know what I mean? So that's kind of, I hate that. I hate everything about it. It makes me like, what if these companies are already doing these things, right? So like you have these companies that are on top and they continue to be on top. Now, granted, they probably do what they do very well, right? Whether it's Google or Apple or, whatever it might be, it doesn't really matter. But so like they're already on top. They're going to continue being on top. And if they want to go even further and come up with more ideas or whatever, they could just take other people's. And then you could say like, oh, well, we have laws that won't let them do that. But like, who would know? Nobody would know. Like if you let's say you're a 12-year-old kid and you come up with this genius idea that like it's just something you did for fun, you know, like nobody would know any better if some big company was like, I came up with this awesome this video game idea, this awesome, or this new way to analyze data, or whatever it might be, whatever the idea is, whether it's a creative idea or a business idea or whatever. There's literally no possible way, since we gave away everything information wise, that like we could like detect if this was happening, right? Because it's probably already happening, and I don't doubt, because like it happens on a small scale. So like, for example, in a school classroom, somebody comes up with an idea and somebody else overhears it, they might just do the same idea. And if they did it first, who's to say that it wasn't their idea in the first place, right? So I have a deep fear of this happening if it's not already happening.